One Piece. This is One Piece chapter 1045, Next Level. Color pages by Oda.
Oh, they not lying.
Oh, yeah. Okay, first of all, fun fact about this color spread. It's actually on this One Piece food truck that's in Japan. That's the side of it. So, pretty neat. But
Oh, you know. Cool.
yeah. Last we left off with One Piece, Luffy has unlocked his 5th gear, and we are now privy to the fact that it has not been the Gum fruit this entire time, but the human fruit modeled Nika the sun god. So that's pretty neat. And at this point, it just seems like Luffy's basically a cartoon, and we're about to get a little bit more of that as the chapter goes on. Kaido is just like, what the fuck is going on here? Is this the awakening of your little Paramethea form? But something doesn't add up. Body transformations like that are trademark of Zoan types. And then he just chomps on Luffy. Luffy snake coils through Kaido's intestines, just bashing around in there. And then he balloons up inside of Kaido, making him float through the air. And they're like, what the hell's going on? He said, Kaido's getting fatter.
It reminds me of Shrek. Do you remember the first Shrek?
Yeah.
When he caught the frog and blew it up?
Yeah.
That's he only got the snake and made a balloon hit him.
Oh my god. Then Luffy sees 2 lights inside of Kaido, and he's like, oh, I see 2 lights. And then he reaches out his hands through Kaido's eyeballs and slingshots himself out of Kaido's mouth.
So he rips through his eyeballs.
No, I think it comes out of the mouth, because I think he shoots.
No, he rips his arms through the eyeballs.
Yeah, he rips his arms through the eyeballs.
He turned Kaido's eyeballs to rubber and push and catapult.
Oh, he reached through his eyeballs.
Yeah, he just
wow.
Yeah, he just just stuck him through and turned him to rubber.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And then he lets out all the air that he's absorbed, launching himself into the sky, and then he comes down a full-ass giant in the panel that I feel like Oda waited 22 years to draw.
You think so?
I feel like this is one he was like, ooh, I can't wait. This is the one I've been waiting.
A giant rubber guy.
Yeah.
Eat that, Mr. Fantastic.
Oh, man. I love this panel so much. It's so fucking cool. Kaido is just like, you see the question mark exclamation point thing where Kaido's like,
Yeah.
I'm getting I'm getting ransacked and I don't know what's going on anymore. But Kaido counters this by just looping around and biting Luffy. And Luffy counters that by turning Kaido into jump rope as he's falling down. Kaido hits him with that blast breath, turning Luffy into a dark charcoal. But then Luffy runs through the air like Sonic the Hedgehog almost.
Yes. Off of... yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, I guess other people have done it before.
I guess.
Like the CP0.
Yeah, but they're kicking off the air. Luffy they're kicking off the air. They're doing a double jump. Luffy's straight up Bleach style running on the air.
Yeah, he sure is. He has rats.
Yeah. He tries to go for this counterattack. Kaido hits him with that Ragnarok, sending his head all the way down into the performance floor again. This just reminds me of The Mask, Jim Carrey's The Mask.
Yeah.
If you ever seen that,
everyone's eyes popping out. Come on, who hasn't? Come on, if you haven't seen The Mask, you guys are missing out. Jim Carrey at his best.
Yeah. Everybody else's eyes also pop out cartoon style. Even Law's, which is really funny because Law is just serious, but his eyeballs are just out. And Luffy comes back out, squeezes himself out, and you see him, he's actually running out of energy at this point. Kaido is like, well, that was weird, but hey, you've reached your limit now, have you? Luffy is not looking good at this moment. He said, oh, fuck, I was dying before this. Sheesh, it takes up a lot of energy. Kaido's like, don't worry, man. Everybody will remember how good of a fight you put up after I kill you. Basically. And then
you're straight, bro. Don't even sweat it.
yeah,
People will tell tales of your glory.
yeah, he Thanos is him. He says like, he's like, people. I hope they'll remember you. No. Then Luffy tells a Brook joke, which is kind of funny. This is like a Brook-esque joke where he's like, once we're dead, the only thing that's left is bones. And he starts to like gas himself up again, thinking about all of the people who have suffered under Kaido's reign, whether it's Momo, Tama, Kinemon, Pedro. I would have thought he would have thrown in the Young Dawn in there, but that's okay.
It's okay.
That's okay.
We know.
Yeah, we know. That goes without saying. So, you know, he fires up his Gear 5 again. And he starts chasing after Kaido. Kaido bashes him with the Iron Club, but Luffy's head forms around it in low-key nightmare fuel panel. Where he's just got spikes protruding out of his head and he's like running away because he just got smacked really hard. Luffy also turns the environment into rubber to lessen the impact of the second blow and then launch himself out. He still has his head caved in, but in a funny cartoony way.
Yeah, in a he's not dead way.
yeah. And then the piece de resistance happens. Luffy bounces back at Kaido, and he just straight up punches a hole through Kaido's face. Like, his whole arm goes straight through Kaido, but it actually doesn't leave a hole because Kaido's fine.
I think he punches through his head like he did his eyes.
Yeah, he did, but there's no hole in Kaido's face. So, he just...
No, you know, there's no hole in his eyes.
That's what I'm saying. It's funny because, like, his fist goes straight through Kaido's head.
Oh, yeah. But no, yeah, that's the rubber. He just... Damn.
Yeah.
I like this tornado attack he did.
Yeah. This is
pretty cool.
This attack is one of the most disrespectful things I've ever seen in One Piece. Just to blam, I'm gonna punch a head straight through your face.
He knocked Kaido on his ass. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, and
all Zoro did was scar him.
Yeah, that's all he did. And the chapter ends with Luffy being like, "Isn't this fun, Kaido?" He's like, "Ooh, you having fun now, huh? This is a good time for you, huh?
How'd you drink some of that liquor now, huh?"
Hey, you're not getting drunk anymore. You're not enjoying yourself so much.
What's up?
But that's the end of the chapter. Wow, big chapter. Let's get into thoughts. Josh, what did you think about this chapter?
Okay. I'm thoroughly impressed by Luffy and his feats. It's still kind of crazy to look at. You know, I'm still kind of adjusting to it.
Mm-hmm. But,
you know, through this fight, I guess I'm understanding what his power is about. It's not... I mean, look, it's really powerful.
Yeah.
But it's not, you know, without... You know, it has flaws. It can be... I'm sure it can be beaten by somebody else that's strong, too, if they... you know, do the right things. I'm sure if he gets frozen, it's still bad for him.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Who knows?
That would make sense.
It's just, I get it. He turns things into rubber and himself, but wow, is there a limit? These are the things I think about after this fight.
Mm-hmm.
What are the limits to his strength? Until he runs out of juice? So you just have to survive this kid's silliness and hope that you didn't cross his best friends that he just met?
Yeah.
Is that what it is?
These deep friendships that he made in 15 minutes within knowing someone?
Yeah. Don't cross those guys.
Hey.
And if you survive the bullshit, you'll be okay. You'll run out of energy.
Yeah.
And then you fucking split. And you hope you never run into this kid again.
Get the fuck out of there, dude.
Yeah, get the fuck out of there, yo. Those are my thoughts about this
issue. Hey, Brian, what did you think? Oh, also, what did you think about last chapter? This whole ordeal. We never got your thoughts because you weren't here last week. So
oh shit!
I want to know. I want to know your whole. The full extent of your power.
So, it's insane how obvious this was. Like everybody was literally tossing out
Obvious.
theories that were not this theory. Like in retrospect, it's such an obvious
Okay.
like in retrospect, in hindsight, when you look back, you're like, oh shit, it would be Sun God Nika fruit, right? Like the same chapter that they brought up, the gum gum fruit getting stolen from the Navy, was the same chapter that they brought up Nika in the first place. So it's like, really, did nobody put this together and thought it would be a Nika fruit? But I'm just surprised as. So I'm glad. Honestly,
Hey, Brian,
than anything else.
Sorry, you're cutting out again. I need you to repeat that.
More so than anything else, I'm really glad that the fruit ended up this way, as opposed to like being like a resin fruit or some other shit. Just because this is like Luffy in his truest form, and a lot of the ways that he is fighting right now, and a lot of ways that he's acting, it makes a lot of the story make more sense, in my opinion. Like, Luffy has always done these random, like, reality defying things that's never really explained. Nobody else has ever done what Luffy does. Like, Luffy, like, he just drinks water and he is all of a sudden not fucking extremely dehydrated from crocodile. Like that, nobody else can do that but Luffy. Luffy is the only person who could do that shit. Luffy is the only person who can recover from a complete fucking ass beating just by eating food. Like, it just makes the entire series make sense in a lot of ways. Huh?
The silliness of it.
Yeah, exactly. Like we just summed it up to, oh, that's just Luffy being Luffy, right? But it was actually like a property of his fruit. And I'm really glad that he finally got to this, because I'm pretty sure he was building up to this for fucking decades, and now he's finally able to like let Luffy loose on the world and shit, and really show him for who he is. This is a wonderful chapter. I fucking loved when he turned into a fucking giant. That shit literally made me like audibly shocked. I was literally like, oh shit, he's a fucking giant! Like,
yeah.
And it kind of adds more to the theory that Joy Boy was probably a giant before, given that there's a giant fucking giant straw hat somewhere in the world. So
Yeah, that's possible, honestly.
Whoa. There's a giant straw hat somewhere?
Yeah, you remember King
what
Emu? When he
It was
opened
giant?
yeah, it was a giant straw hat. You
like
don't
they
remember
kept
that?
in like a fucking freezer.
That wasn't that long ago.
Ooh. Oh, you're right. I know, but I forgot. Okay. I still forgot.
But to wrap things up a little bit here, I wanted to talk about what the community thinks is gonna happen. So
Let's go.
I've seen a couple theories. I've seen a couple of these things, but the most prominent one that's really shaking up the community is again Mr. Morge coming back at it again. He's the guy who originally put out a theory that that Luffy and the crew are gonna fail the raid, right? He still believes that Luffy is going to lose this fight against Kaido, even with your
crap at this point. Just saying.
Hey man, that's like he's putting all his chips in the table.
He sure is. He's riding and dying with this until the very end.
So here's like some prominent points that I took out from it. So he basically says that there's still a lot of unresolved things that are going on with Kaido at this moment. Like there's too many loose ends, and he believes that from the writing perspective that Oda is taking with this battle is more leaning towards Kaido being the victor than Luffy, because Luffy is always the one pushing the boundaries of the fight. Essentially, like Luffy is always the one that is proclaiming an early victory. Luffy's the one that's always pushing and getting better. Meanwhile, we haven't seen everything that Kaido has to offer to the fight yet. We still don't even know if he's awakened, like if he has used his awakening yet, either. And we haven't gotten his flashback as well. So there's just so much about Kaido that's up in the air, and there's one thing that I believe has the most credence to this, and it's when Kaido beat Luffy and launched him off the island, off of Onigashima. He said that nobody will believe that Luffy has lost until they see him lose. So, and that right there made me think, like, you don't just add that into the story without having it be a part of the story at some point, you know? Like, Oda doesn't just leave like a crumb like that and just not do anything with it. So, I believe Luffy might actually lose here, but it's more of a, it's not like a loss in the fight. It's more like a test of the willpower of the Straw Hat Alliance at this moment. Like, seeing Luffy crash into the fucking performance floor, defeated once more, like, that's gonna really test people's belief in Luffy and their willpower and their spirit. And that's all Kaido is. Like, Kaido is all about destroying hope and breaking people down, not just physically but mentally as well.
Kaido got his ass whooped. Plain and simple, and he wasn't ready for all of that.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I guess I'll get into my thoughts then with that. Unless you were still going, Brian. Do you have any more?
No, I'm sorry. Oh, I was just talking shit.
Nah, I don't got much else to say after that.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I also love this chapter. It is very interesting to see how like the world is reacting to this. Because there's like, I can only go by what I'm seeing on TikTok basically, and the TikTok community is that's how I get linked in to all this. A lot of people there's a lot of debate over whether this is an ass pull or not. And Bleach and Naruto fans are like trying to hammer it home, bro. It's pretty funny. Honestly,
is that what it is? The haters?
I'll be honest. I'm like, damn.
I thought it was infighting.
I'll be honest. It's like, damn. Is this how it feels like to try to have to defend your point here?
Wait, what you
to defend and
they had no excuse. Fuck out of here, man.
No,
we had no, bro. Oh man, like we didn't love them series too. Stop it.
It is funny.
Stop it. Stop lying to yourselves.
Yeah, I'm mostly saying this in jest, honestly, because it is funny to see the discourse that's happening over whether this is an ass pull or not. I'm of the school of thought that it's not. I will like the only thing I'll grant is that maybe the revelation of the twist could have been better executed.
Bro,
maybe.
Listen. But I'm not. All right, go finish. Please finish.
Yeah, but what I was gonna say is that also, like, One Piece fans out there, we don't owe anybody an explanation. Oda ties up every loose end, bro. He goes back. He had a whole how many 2-volume flashback closing up certain loose ends this very arc. So, we know that he's got something to tie everything together. I'm not.
Thank you. That's the point.
I'm not worried. But
who cares if it was a fucking asshole? That's my position. I don't care. Don't care, because guess what? People's stories change and they get inspired by different things they see throughout time. Bro, dog, this series been going on for almost our entire lifetime.
Yeah.
It's been going for 20 years.
Bro, you think you're not going to get new ideas? Huh?
It's been going for 24 years.
There you go. That's older than Brian, right?
It's about the same age.
It's it's a couple months older.
We went over this already. Brian feels like the golden child.
No, Brian. One Piece came out the day before my birthday, on Brian's birth year. So,
wow, good for you guys.
Mm-hmm. That's why we have such a link to it. Yeah,
I guess that means that's why I was such a hater. But I think 4 kids have more to do with that.
Yeah. Okay, so I'll say this on that, because I agree. Like, I don't think it's an ass pull, but at the same time, it's all in how you execute it. And, we'll see how it goes from here. The thing about other ass pulls in other series is that there's no... It hurts extra when there's, no plausible explanation for why things are the way they are. like if you came up with something on the spot, if you can't retcon it into everything that happened before and make it fit, then that's when it's really bad. That's when it hurts. And I feel like certain things in other series was not executed well. And to be fair, we don't know everything about this yet. We don't know how it fits, and maybe we will be wrong. But I have Oda has so much credit with me that I think.
You know what I think was an asshole that probably nobody gave a shit about?
What?
A little child deciding that he was going to age himself 30 years or so in order to defeat his foe. And that would create a rule on his ability that it can't be used, and I guess it'd be a smoldering half corpse. That was his plan from the start?
Probably. It could be.
I'm not going to go on a tangent about that, actually, because I don't want to make it seem like I didn't like Hunter x Hunter. I did a lot. It's just that I have thoughts. That's all.
Yeah. Well.
So, anyways.
Yeah. Yeah. No. I think this was a planned thing. I think we mentioned this last week, but I want Brian to mention it to Brian to see what he thinks. Is that it is, you can make arguments as to, this was a thing that we can see based on how Luffy uses his powers. Like Brian touched on this earlier, but I think the big one is Red Hawk. 100%. That is like the first real hint that the Gum Gum fruit is not what it seems, because again, we watched that shit ignite underwater. There's fire. It's just like coming in, and then when he hit somebody with it, their back exploded. There was a combustion, and you could honestly see that. Hey, maybe this is just a hyperbole, like a symbol for the devastating impact of this hit. The explosion is not really there, but it makes sense when you consider all of Nika's powers. That hey, yeah, he can make things explode with his punches because he can also punch holes through people's heads and they'll live. So,
sure.
He
can hurt if he wants. I'll say this too. I don't think. Oh, sorry. Damn, I'm losing my train of thought. I was reacting to you talking about the Red Hawk and how awesome it was.
It was awesome
and unbelievable.
Awesome.
God damn it. Oh, okay. I wanted to also make this last point. Because what do we define as an asshole? Because do you think, because when he had that Red Hawk, that was in the Fisherman arc. Mm-hmm. You think so does that mean he had this idea planned from the beginning? Is that what an asshole is? If you didn't have it planned out from the beginning, it's an asshole?
Technically, I mean, I guess it it's not just that you didn't have it planned from the beginning, is that it's also almost no build up. And that's what I believe an asshole to be, is that not only did you not plan this from the beginning, but there's no prior build up to this that would lead you to this conclusion at all. If that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So say for example, all of a sudden your main power system is based off of a tree that aliens planted long ago.
No, all right. So the lore backs it up. And the recent events. He built, I think he gave it, I think a few years is enough time to build something up.
Yeah. I mean, we got to see where it fits in the lore before we can make that.
Bro, the Fishman arc was in 2012 or 11, probably.
Yeah, but in the overall arching story, if you can make it fit in any point in time, then technically, I think it transcends an asshole, really.
Wikipedia says an asshole is a hastily fabricated explanation or contrived plot twist.
Yeah.
I don't think it was any of that.
Is this a contrived plot twist?
I don't think so. I don't think it's contrived.
Awakening was built up.
And also the concept of, the ability of, Luffy stretching the boundaries of what rubber really does. This entire series is another thing. We've definitely seen that.
This makes his fucking zombie form on Thriller Bark make a lot more sense now.
Yeah, the Shadow Luffy. Remember when he absorbed all that, became a Hulk?
Yeah, I was like, wait, why did he change like that?
Yeah,
he could just make himself a shape of whatever he wants to, whatever he thinks depicts what he's feeling right now. You know?
Yeah, his gears get progressively more Nika the Sun God esque the further down he goes down the gear system. It all makes sense.
It does.
It does. I can't wait to hear the lore though, like how it fits in, because this is the ultimate test. It really is, and I'm like, we're saying things pretty definitively, but much like the Otsutsuki thing that's happening in Boruto right now, this is a real like, all right, so this is what's going to define One Piece from now on. Whatever happens, however this is explained, however it fits into the lore, this is a very important moment for the entire 24 year run of One Piece. So, no pressure, Oda.
Emperor is going to be a huge thing too. Nothing's going to be the same moving forward.
Yeah.
Either way you look at it.
Yeah.
Real quick. You guys remember when Luffy drank a lot of water and he had like the big water belly when he was fighting Crocodile?
Yeah. And
Crocodile stabbed him and he was like literally just leaking water from like small holes in his body.
Yeah. Yeah, there was no blood.
That was... Huh?
Yeah, there was no blood. Like water flew out of his belly button.
Yeah, exactly. That's literally Nika shit. That's literally shit he's doing right now. It's just literally what, like 20 years ago?
Mid-form,
20 years ago.
Listen, man. I feel crazy bending over backwards to like explain all this shit. Because I know it's valid, but I feel like a crazy One Piece fan. I'm like I'm so deep in the back.
No, it's not that you're crazy. It's just that it makes sense.
I know
it literally makes sense. Like
Brian,
this fruit has a lot of build up to it that we just didn't recognize.
I do not think that this is incorrect. I don't think this is not valid. I just hate how this makes me look in the eyes of people who don't vibe with this. You know what I mean? Like, people are probably like, oh, here we go, these One Piece stands.
That's fine.
Hey, sometimes bandwagons
are just mad. They're just mad because their series did not have so much evidence to back up their ass pulls.
That is the truth, man. That is the big defining thing of executing an ass pull.
You cannot go back to chapter 1 of Naruto and predict that there's going to be a giant fucking chakra tree planted by aliens.
You can't go back to the beginning of the Espada arc and believe that Yami was going to be number 0.
Yeah. Yeah.
When he pulled up at Ukiura.
Oh, you mean this guy who's been getting mashed this entire time? Guess what? He's the strongest. And then he also gets mashed again. He gets mashed again. Ukiura is number 4, and it took him a whole, 10-chapter battle to fight him. Yami's the strongest one, supposedly. He gets washed by Mayuri. Yeah, he gets washed pretty bad.
He was carving him up, but you already knew what time it was.
Yeah. So
they're making a sport of it.
But you know what? I don't believe in tearing the manga down to make One Piece look better. One Piece can stand on its own 2 feet. It can stand on its own 2 feet, and it could. I'm not going to bet. We already presented our case here. But yeah, I like this chapter a lot, and it was just fun. Just have fun. Goddamn. Just have fun with this goofy ass He punched a hole through a man's head, and the man did not have a hole in his head afterwards.
All right, but I think we all good on One Piece, right?
Yeah. By the way,
some gangster shit.
Yeah. Is this anybody's RGC?
No.
Whoa.
Yeah. No.
Interesting. Because it's not mine either. It's fantastic, but man, we'll get into it. Anyway, that was One Piece. Let us know what you guys think about all this stuff we're saying in the comments. Please comment below. I do want to get the general consensus of what people feel, because all I get is just basically content creators just kind of doing the thing to get views and whatnot, whether it's on TikTok or YouTube. But I want to know the people's earnest thoughts on this. So let us know in the comments section, please. And with that being said, let's
stop hating.
Yeah, and stop hating. Seriously,
take a fucking chill pill, bro.
Yeah, I know we did this.
Kool-Aid, my nigga.
Yeah, I know we did this a lot when we were 19 and ripping on Bleach for everything they did. But
listen, fuck all the bullshit. You take that chill pill, you take it in, and you drink that Kool-Aid, and you say, "I'm ready for next week."
Yeah,
I can't wait.
Yeah,
that's it. all you gotta do.
Yeah. Hey,
Or not. Or you could be miserable. It's up to you.
exactly. Oda's not on break next week, so we will get another one.
I'm drinking oh, he's not on break?
He's not on break. Probably the week after, though.
Let's go.
Um,
Let's fucking go. Brian's mad hype.
yeah. I'm Brian's hype. You can't see him, but he is hype.